Hi, it's been a while, but I was talking to the EAMM group, and I just remembered about the ships that sailed from Mombasa to Bombay. But the ship starts from Dar es Salaam, touching Zanzibar, picking up Asians there, and then it carries on until it reaches Mombasa. And then it stops in Mombasa for 3-4 days. But nobody knows why it stops there. I was working in Southern Engineering at the time. I was doing my apprenticeship. And that's the time they used to call us, all the ships, the Kandala, SS Karanja, Amra, SS Bombay, that's the worst ship. It used to smell as well. Even the engine room used to smell of curry. Anyway, those were the days. And I used to I was one of the apprentices, the topmost at the time. So all the marine engineers, they used to take me with them. And mainly my mentor, Mr. Puchu Chan, he's no more, but he used to take me and he used to show me the rope. And every time this Karanja, SS Karanja used to have this thing problem every time, engine cut off and all that. Due to they wanted more rooms in the cabins in the ship. So what they did was they moved the fuel tank from its original place to a different place. And so it was starving of fuel. So obviously the engine cuts off. Engine problem, they say. But we used to go there and do some minor repairs, and we can't do major repairs because the ship has to go on slipway for maybe 2 to 3 months. And they couldn't afford that. Because I know most people will be listening to what I'm saying. But the problem those days were, there were very large ships and the engine room was as high as a, 3-story building. And wide enough to accommodate the whole middle part of the ship. It always used to be the middle part of the ship, mainly because of the size of the engine. Sometimes they used to take, they used to put a twin engine, and that reduces the height of the part of the engine room. But still it has to have steam, air pressure compression to pump the engine to start up. It's all part of the marine, our job. And the engineers on the ship, they are limited to do most of the jobs because we have the equipments and they don't have. They can't carry all the equipments in the ship. Only some of the main spanners and all they have. They carry just for emergency use, and they carry a oxyacetylene cylinder with them so that just in case they need any welding to be done, they do that. But most of the time they leave it for when they come to Mombasa. When they reach Mombasa, it's they always say, "Oh, it's because we're taking cargo." It's not true. They always bluff, pango. in Swahili, and it that was it. And I used to travel to India as well. I traveled once or twice, I think, in my lifetime when I was in Kenya. But it was great for me because I knew all the ships officers and all that, because I used to work in most of the ships. And word by mouth, it passes on, and people get to know who I am. They don't call me Mr. Nair, and they call me Mr. Nair's son. Anyway, that's another pride in me. I love my father. I loved my mother as well. They were both the greatest of people. I used to love them a lot. Anyway, I'm trying to write down what I have been preaching all this time. And I have worries about other things, like people are having COVID, and I'm very, very worried about them. But what can you do? I'm sitting so far away, just trying to. It's cold here and it's hot here. It's sometimes tomorrow it's going to be it's going to snow. It seems. I don't know. I hope not. Anyway, this is not any 151 day or anything, but it's just a say hello to everyone that I haven't spoken to you all for a while. So whoever is on YouTube can just check up on me and find out what's happening. But, my daughter came here today, and we have Connor. Connor's sitting today. Come here, boy. If he comes, he'll come, because he's always lying down. He's a huge chap. Anyway, I'll try and take you to him if I can. Let's see if he's somewhere here. Hello, boy. Where are you? It's a boy. Hello. There he is. Hey. Hey. Yeah, he's been lying there. Well, most of the time. Yeah, most of the time. I gave him his food. He had his dinner, yes.
What are you doing?
Huh?
What are you doing, Linda?
Nothing. Bye for now.
Huh?
Hmm?